How good can the Minnesota Timberwolves be? Facing off against the number 1 rated offense and the early favorites to win the NBA championship, the Wolves handed the Boston Celtics their first loss of the season after having their best start since 2009. Minnesota's defense is rated number 1 of all NBA teams, anchored behind 3-time Defensive Player of the Year Rudy Gobert, making this a great matchup for NBA fans. A fun highlight to begin the game was when Jaylen Brown got past his first defender and posterized the 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert. Throughout the first half, both teams traded baskets, showing not only their defensive abilities against one another, but also their aggressiveness, with 21 combined turnovers and 24 combined fouls in just the first half. Reid helped the Wolves with 10 points in the first quarter, while Towns sat on the bench with foul trouble early in the game. In the third, Boston was held to just 26% from the field, struggling to get anything going throughout the game. Throughout the game, Minnesota's size caused issues for the Celtics, many times forcing up bad shots on tough one-on-one pressure. The Wolves moved the ball well to find the open man and take full advantage of turnovers. The game was an offensive stalemate late in the fourth, with Jaden McDaniels scoring a 3-pointer to tie the game at 101, with 1 minute and 41 seconds remaining. Boston and Minnesota combined for 5 missed shots and 4 turnovers in the final 90 seconds of play, including 4 shots early in the clock like Jaylen Brown's. This shot gave Minnesota a chance to win the game after many clumsy turnovers, keeping both teams from delivering any more points in regulation.
Jaylen Brown watched by McDaniels. Brown, step back, deep three, no, Conley the board as the clock expires.
In overtime, Mike Conley put the Wolves ahead at 106-105 on the 3-pointer with 3 minutes and 8 seconds left. Then Edwards hit 3 consecutive jumpers to finish a 9-0 run and gain a 7-point lead with 90 seconds left on the clock. Minnesota allowed Boston to cut the lead to just 3 points, demonstrating their age. McDaniels then hit a jump shot with 16 seconds left after Tatum pulled the Celtics within 3, capping off the Timberwolves' defensive showcase against the top offensive team in the league. Anthony Edwards took this game over. Even with 5 fouls, Edwards was able to make a huge impact and score 8 points in OT, getting to all of his spots on the floor, at times rushing his shot, but securing the win, finishing with 38 points on an efficient 15 for 29 to go along with 9 rebounds, 7 assists in an all-around great game. He came up huge in OT, keeping his foot on the gas to give Boston their first loss of the season and get the first win in his career against his longtime friend, Jaylen Brown. Jaden McDaniels added 20 points, Rudy Gobert had a double-double of 14 and 12, Reid scored 14 points, coming in big when Cat sat on the bench with foul trouble. Cat's foul trouble throughout the night limited him from catching a rhythm, shooting just 3 for 10 for a total of 10 points. On the Celtics side, Tatum led the Celtics with 32 points, Brown scored 26, and the other Celtics had trouble scoring, including Jrue Holiday, who shot 4 for 16, and Kristaps Porzingis, who shot 5 for 14. Reviewing the matchup, we can see Boston was held to 39% shooting. In comparison, Minnesota shot almost 52% from the field. The Celtics as a team were unable to get easy shots, scoring well on the fast break but struggling in the half court, producing only tough contested shots throughout most of the game. Effort on the boards evened out the rebound battle for the Celtics. Minnesota's side did show with 46 paint points. Even with 6 fewer turnovers and 13 steals, Boston was unable to turn those mistakes into points. We can also notice both teams' bench points. Boston's early bench struggles continued with a lackluster 16 points, while Minnesota's bench scored a total of 27 points. With the win, Minnesota becomes the first team to defeat the reigning NBA champ in the Denver Nuggets and now the Boston Celtics. Now the question, how good can the Wolves be, and is Edwards in the MVP conversation? In my opinion, they have a lot of potential led by their 22-year-old rising superstar, Anthony Edwards. He not only could be an MVP candidate if the Wolves continue to play well, he may also earn himself his first All-NBA spot. As for the team, If they can key in on cutting down on turnovers and continuing to play aggressively, they will give a lot of teams trouble and ultimately can lead themselves to a playoff berth. Edwards' ability to slow down the game and impact both sides of the ball to now even take control of the game and get the finish shows his growth since his rookie year and easily making him one of NBA's must-watch players, especially with Rudy Gobert, who has helped lead the Wolves to become the #1 defensive team after years of losing games. Karl Towns has had a slow start to the season, averaging 16.7 points, his lowest amount since his rookie year when he averaged just 18.3. As the season continues, he should begin to start hitting shots consistently after playing just 29 games last year due to injury. And now the question to you, are the Minnesota Timberwolves a playoff team? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.